In this short video, I will cover some effective strategies for conducting peer review. This semester, you have several peer review sessions to complete. I will assign you a partner, and you and your partner will work together all semester long. You can find the complete instructions on our course calendar. Just find the links throughout our course calendar, peer review, and then the instructions will pop open. Take a moment to pause this video and review those instructions first. You can also find a link to those instructions on our course calendar as the same date as this video. Now that you've read those instructions, let's review. First of all, I'm not expecting you to be experts in writing or peer response. I'm also not expecting you to point out every good trait of your peer's writing or every bad trait of your peer's writing. As a reader, you can help your peer revise their work if you stay honest, specific, and helpful. You don't have to know everything about rhetoric and composition either, but I've provided instructions that will help you give the most effective advice possible in the short amount of time that you have with their writing. So just focus on the one strongest part of the writing and on the one weakest part of the writing. Some examples may be, your use of transitions really helped me understand how all the parts of your essay connect together. Or you might say, I had a lot of trouble understanding your main point because I couldn't find your thesis statement. Both of these types of feedback would be helpful for your peer partner because they are specific about what was strong and what was weak. But even when you make these statements, be specific. In other words, use your peer's writing to help support whatever it is you say about their writing. So if you say, your use of transitions really helped me understand how all the parts of your essay connect together, make sure to attach some evidence to that. For example, you begin each of your body paragraphs with a transition. For example, in addition, and to add to this. By starting your sentences this way, I can tell that you have many ideas all centered around your thesis statement. After pointing out specific things your peer has done in their writing, you should mention a specific thing in class that they either understood well or they need to go back and review. This is what I mean by being helpful. For example, if your partner is using transitions well, you may add, I can see that you reviewed the notes on transitions Mrs. Reyes gave us on February 19th to your comments. Or if you think your partner didn't read closely or needs to review a video, you may add, I think you should review the notes on thesis statements from page 121 in our textbook for more guidance. The point to this is not busy work. The point is that many students blow off peer review as just something to do for a quick grade, and they don't provide enough thought to give one another. By adding this step, I'm making sure that students lead one another back to the resources in class that can help them. Just to be clear, I've added a sample to the peer review instructions for a quality, well-done peer review. You can find that at the end of the peer review instructions. That sample is specific and helpful because it leads the student back to resources that they can review to improve their writing, or it tells the student what they read or saw very carefully that helped them with their writing. Now, the reason this is important, again, is because it can even help you in your own writing. If your peer review partner is struggling with thesis statements, and so are you, having you go back and find a resource that can help your peer review partner will also help you as well. So take your time with this assignment. I want to show you an example of a poor peer review. This is what I want you to avoid doing. Hi, Sally. Great job with your essay. I'm not very good at writing, so I don't know what to say really, but I think you did a nice job. It was interesting. I can see you read the chapter closely. This is a weak peer review because it is not specific, and the student isn't helpful. Her comments about the class resources are too general. Obviously, this student has not paid attention to the instructions. Here's another example. I'm terrible at peer review, so I will try my best. I think your paper is great. Your paragraphs are well done, lots of detail. I also like that you followed the instructions very closely for this assignment. No trouble at all understanding your writing. Great work. Not much to say, but keep up the good work. This is also not helpful because, like the previous example, it is much too general. One more thing, back on the instructions for peer review, right before I assign the peer response partners, there is a link to the rubric that I use to grade your peer review assignments. Make sure that you take a good look at how I grade these peer reviews so that you're well aware of what to expect for this assignment. Remember, this is not busy work, and when well done, these assignments can help students make a big improvement in their writing.